Hey guys, so today I am going to talk about flower essences and a little bit about gem essences. Um, I think with the new moon and Cancer energies that are going on right now, and how the Cancer energies tend to have to do with our home lives and our state of emotions. And the new moon has to do with new beginnings and closing out chapters that are preventing new beginnings. I think it's a good time to talk about flower essences. Um, I started creating and selling flower essences after having very powerful healing with flower essences within the last like 16 months. The first flower essence that I tried was called Self Heal. And I think one of the things that I remember from Self Heal was that it said you would be able to take accountability and responsibility in moments of like triggers, and it kind of just helped soften the hold that victim consciousness had on me all those months ago. I was in a lot of pain back then. I had recently torn my leg, if I remember correctly. I was only 1 year out from my second hip surgery. I had a lot of family BS going on, and I was just letting myself live in the past and be governed by all these painful energies and emotions, and kind of letting things fester. So self heal was really powerful. And it was like really, really subtle. That's how flower essences work. They're subtle, but they will help you get past emotional and mental roadblocks. And then from self heal, I don't remember the next one I took. I started like a few, like one essence every 6 weeks ish. And then now I've gotten to the point where I'll take like a blend of flower essences. I don't have any near me right now. I thought I did. By this company, I think called Common Good on Etsy. She makes really beautiful, she calls them flower bouquets, and they have 7 to 8 essences, which the most a person should take is maybe no more than 8. I think in the community, people say you can take up to 10, but flower essences are a really powerful tool, and they will cause you to cry and release and journal and want time alone to introspect. So taking too many can kind of be overwhelming when you're trying to work a job or raise a child, or balance your healing with your growth in your relationship with your partner. So just be mindful how many you take. And so the way that flower essences are created is you go ahead and clip flowers, fresh flowers, and you place them in spring water in a glass bowl, and the bowl is consecrated specifically for making flower essences. Nothing else can go in this bowl. And when you cut the flowers, you always ask them for permission. Then you meditate with them and see if any messages come up, and see if they want to go with you. Sometimes they don't want to go with you. Some people seem to think that all plants want to go with them, and sometimes the plant does not want to go, and you must honor that the same way the plant honors you by even allowing you in its presence. And then you put the bowl of flowers and water out in the morning sun, because the morning sun is the strongest prana energy for collecting. You can leave it out in the afternoon, but it's suggested to do morning sun or like full moon energy, and to charge it with crystal points if you want to, but you don't have to. And what this does is the sun helps the flowers be imprinted into the water, which science has proven that water records data. If you like, I think they documented, if you say the word love to water over and over and over, that when it freezes, it makes these beautiful ice structures. But if you say the word hate or war, I can't remember which word it was, it makes these really distorted ice structures. And so, I mean, that goes with the concept of vibrational healing. So water is recording these vibrations of these plants, which science has also proven that everything holds its own energetic imprint and frequency and vibration. And there's actually works in the making in forensic science where they've discovered that humans do leave behind an energetic residue anywhere they go. And this might in the future be able to help people solve crime scenes. So it's not as woo-woo as people make it out to be. Knowledge is power, and finding the information really helps make things tangible. So with flower essences, it's water holding the recorded information of the flowers, and it's charged by the sunlight. And so, yeah, I witnessed a lot of really powerful changes in my life with flower essences, and I had a lot of really powerful meltdowns and breakdowns with flower essences that just helped me get back past blocks that I was struggling with. Like for a long time, I thought nothing was wrong with my childhood, and pairing flower essences with psychotherapy really helped me. And yeah, I realized that after taking off the rose-colored glasses that I was having a hard time taking off. With the assistance of flower essences, I was able to take them off. I realized there was a lot of unhealthy, toxic patterns in my upbringing that I just was in denial about and didn't realize. And I do believe that these toxic family patterns are what resulted in me having hip surgeries. And they say the right side of the body is the masculine side and the left side of the body is the feminine side. And I've had a surgery on both sides, and I grew up without a father, and I met my father when I was 23. Now I'm 31, and we've just always had a very rocky, unhealthy relationship, and he's definitely big on blaming and shaming me for things that he carries blame and shame about. And then my bio mom was always in and out of my life. And then eventually she signed my brothers away for adoption. So there was a very insecure attachment that formed through her disorganized attachment style. And then I was raised by my grandmother, who I call mom, who was going through her own wounding. She was going through a divorce when I came into her life. And I was a blessing to her, but she still had her own wounding to heal from. And some of that was definitely projected into my upbringing. And I just thought this was all normal. And it really gave me a hard time with relationships and dating and being okay with like not overthinking everything. I was very hyper vigilant up until like the last year. I've managed to tone it down quite a bit. And I don't think I would have been able to tone it down had I not started taking flower essences. And so, yeah, that's why I feel so passionately about this. This one I started taking about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago. I don't know if you can see it. It's saguaro flower essence. I got this one off of Etsy, but you can get it for cheaper. I think through the Box Flower Remedy website. Box is BACHS. This one is used for healing father wounds. And this one actually came into my life while I was in Arizona. And the saguaros were all around me. And I was like, oh, wow, they're blooming. I wonder what this flower essence does. And of course, the universe loves to speak in synchronicity to me and everybody if we listen. And turns out this one's for softening overly armored masculine energies and for helping heal and integrate the father wound, which at that time when I saw the saguaros, I had decided to walk away from my dad because he just couldn't own up to things that he's done wrong and was trying to make me relive pain that I was done with. And he was just kind of disrespecting me in my forgiveness process. And I realized I didn't have to stand for it, but I was getting kind of hung up on some of the emotions naturally. And so I started taking saguaro and it definitely helped. There's been some releases. And also I noticed since I started taking flower essences that my body parts have started to release these trapped emotions and energies, along with like the use of other modalities. I've done a lot of resonance repatterning from January till now, along with the emotion code. Both energy modalities are muscle testing based and use kinesiology to see what's going on with the body. So basically your body answers. They're not contacting like your spirit guides or angels or spirit, which it kind of feels disempowering sometimes. They're contacting you. And your body is the one that is giving insight as to what, like in resonance repatterning, what switches need to be turned off and what switches need to be turned on. An emotion code, your body's giving the answer like, hey, this trapped emotion from when I was 13, like is causing pain in my knee, I don't know, whatever. And then you release it and you notice changes. And so that with the flower essences, they work very beautifully together, along with other practices like yoga and light exercise, because it's good to balance the non-physical healing with physical healing. And flower essences are more so emotional healing and mental healing. So the non-physical world, that does impact our physical world. So yeah, Saguaro came to me at a good time, and I was reading in my flower essence book by Garudas, which I love this book so much. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. I want to get the other book, but I was reading in this book that the cactus and desert flower essences are going to be coming online more and more to help humanity as humanity ascends, trying to keep up and match Mother Earth's vibration as Mother Earth ascends. And the reason they're coming online to help is because cacti like saguaro and prickly pear, this is one of the ones I make, prickly pear flower essence. They're very resilient and they can survive really harsh weather, and they can survive long periods of no nourishment and no water and make do with it. And it seems like in this day and age, with all the technology and people always wanting to hustle and make money and not stop and slow down, the cacti flower essences are coming online to help people and hold space for them and nourish them in ways that the people might not be nourishing themselves. And these flower essences will do so through providing nourishment through confidence and resilience and the knowledge that we're always taken care of, trust in the universe. Because I mean, think about the desert. Like the desert freaking goes through droughts constantly, and yet it's so beautiful when it rains because you see all these different little shades of green and like the sagebrush and the pricklies and the other desert shrubs that are out there. And it's like they wait all year just to have a little bit of green and look so pretty. And they all share their water and they trust in the universe and they just know that they're taken care of, like Mother Earth and Father Sky always provide. So I think the cacti are coming online for that reason, to help humanity, since humanity has become so disconnected from nature and source and might need a little more resilient, harsh, in a loving way, essences to help guide them. Another essence that I tried, that I made for myself, actually, it was my very first flower essence, is this one, Peace Lily. And Peace Lily is useful because it helps remove all emotions and energies that take away from peace in the body, the mind, and the spirit. And it does it very subtly and builds over time. Usually I notice the effects of flower essences within like a week and a half to 2 weeks, and the bottles usually last about 4 to 6 weeks, which is supposed to equate like a year of whatever it is that the person is working on. Peace Lily, by the time I started taking it, I was already used to how flower essences felt in my body. However, when my boyfriend started taking it, he was not used to it, and I don't think he really had respect for plant medicine until he started taking Peace Lily. He was feeling very upset at that time, and he was not able to differentiate if it had to do with the past or the present. And with flower essences, you will start to be able to tell if you're carrying something from the past or the present. A lot of times when I cry, it's nothing related to the now. It's me letting go of something in the past that I repressed for many years. And so for him, I remember one day he was just like, I want this to stop. This depression and stuff just keeps coming in waves and waves. And I was like, waves, okay, like that's how flower essences feel. They do come in waves. And I was like, it's the Peace Lily flower essence. You're not ready to heal that stuff at this moment. So just go ahead and stop taking it. And sure enough, he stopped taking it, and all the stuff that he hasn't fully processed in his life is now back on standby, which is fine. That's his journey. But it's important to know that these to have powerful healing capabilities, and stuff will come in waves. And I don't think everybody talks about that when they discuss flower essences. Another thing that has been very helpful for me are gem essences. This one I also got from Etsy from 4 Acre Apothecary. Snakeskin agate. I really, really loved this one. I actually ordered it from her twice. The gem essences work more so on a physical level because gems are a lot more solid and sturdy than flowers, and they were here way before everything else was. And physical body is the densest part of our reality. And so gem essences are really good with navigating the physical dense energies. And the gems were around before we ever had thought forms on this planet. Thought forms came with humans. So gems know how to navigate negative thought forms that aren't like serving us anymore. And so like this one's really cool because it's for inner peace, joy, and appreciation of life, self-esteem, and awakening Kundalini. I started taking this one when I had been working on Kundalini breathing techniques for about a month, and this really helped me focus on my practice, and it helped me feel the energy as it rose in my practice. It was useful in sexual energy exchanges with Kundalini as well. I could definitely feel the energies going up and outward into my aura and spreading healing into my aura, which was really beautiful and breathtaking. And I had a lot of peace, and I did manage to slow down from a lot of my metaphysical studies that were consuming me and just appreciate life. Like I was able to go for walks and picnics and not begin be thinking about all the things that I'm learning, and I was able to be more present. And so I really do like gem essences. The one that I'm currently taking right now, and so is my boyfriend, is one that I made that's called Ground and Aligned, and it has black tourmaline and sugarlight. Sugarlight will go through and help align all of the chakras, and tourmaline will help ground everything. It's very cleansing and helps remove negative thought forms, and kind of it just, black tourmaline is great for grounding and removing thought forms and being present, which I have an air sun sign and a air moon sign, so I'm always like, woo, I need grounding. So yeah, it's been really beneficial both of us. Chris has said that it's been helping him feel more optimistic and grounded, and more wanting to do the things he's passionate about instead of like the boring, mundane things that sometimes consume his time. It's helped him, I think, a little bit with time management also. For me, it's helped me ground more in my body, and I've noticed a lessening of tightness and pain in my lower body, which is awesome. And I really thought it would be a good idea today to also draw a couple cards just to see what the flowers wanted to say. And so I drew from my messages from the Mermaid's deck, which is this deck. And the first card I drew was contentment. And with this one, it says, contentment is a feeling many people strive for, being in a state of deep satisfaction with everything. How wonderful is that? If this is how you're feeling at this time in your life, then enjoy this well-deserved accomplishment. Continue to be grateful and appreciate this beautiful experience. If you feel anything but content, then this mermaid swims into your cards today to remind you that contentment is possible. Just a slight change of mind, a different perspective can shine new light on your life so that contentment can easily be within your reach. So with this card, I feel like it's a wonderful message from the flower and plant kingdom saying like, hey, we're that different perspective, and we're willing to shine new light on your life. That way you can experience contentment, which that's what flowers will do. They each have their own beautiful little dialect, and they're each here to help us focus on different things. And we don't have to go through life by ourselves. If we would reconnect with the totality of what we are, which is like beings of Mother Earth, children of Mother Earth. We're not separate from the other children of Mother Earth. We have the plant children, the animal children, the mineral children, like they're all part of Mother Earth. And the plant children want to help us. So let them in and let them help you. And they can help you reach contentment. They can help you feel like you're in your power. And I think that's a very beautiful message delivered from the plant kingdom. And the other card that I pulled, it's one of the chuckle when I pulled it, was love. And that's exactly what flower essences have helped me cultivate, is love and peace toward myself and toward others. And I have a ways to go, but I have lots of flowers to play with. And this one, let's see. This one says, when our emotions become involved and we become attached to and dependent on someone, we can face issues. Perhaps you're experiencing this right now. Remember, we're all born free, which means we have the freedom to choose the path we take in life. Yes, it's possible to be in love and still be free. This isn't an excuse to play around with the hearts of others. Being free while in a loving relationship means we give space for the other to flow and grow. It's still possible to remain loyal and in love while loving them unconditionally. The act of giving and caring is an expression of love. If you feel drawn to be of service to others, then this card's message is affirming that. And I think this is a beautiful message too, because I feel that a lot of people are raised very codependent or very avoidant. I feel like the middle ground, a lot of us kind of struggle to live life in. And with the mermaids and the flowers and the plants, I feel like this is a great reminder, like, hey, flower essences can help you cultivate self-love and love of self so you can be a better partner in a relationship. How are you going to be a good partner to your spouse, or how are you going to be a good parent or a good sibling or a good friend if you don't have that self-love? And it's okay to let others live their life free of you. It doesn't make you less than, it doesn't make them greater than or less than. Everybody is an expression of love, and the flowers love to bring out these unique qualities of people as they take them and reconnect them with their authentic selves, which is pretty awesome that we have such helpful resources in our human incarnation. So I thought these were very beautiful messages to be pulled before starting this. And then I also just felt called to share these little art pieces that I made. This one I made with the dried preserved flower essences from yucca, which is a desert plant. This is the yucca flower. And I know it's backward, but this one says, the light that I am reflects the light that you are. And I think that's a beautiful message from the plants. Like, we're all one and we're all light, and sometimes we forget it, and it's good to just get our feet dirty and go out in Mother Nature and ground and earth and reconnect with the light that we are through connecting with the light of the flowers of yucca, for example. It's a beautiful message. And the other one that I painted that I thought was a beautiful message too is this one's from the Dandelion flower essence. And it's, I am safe as I transform. And dandelions start this way, and then they get bigger, and then they get bigger and blow away, and they're free and they spread their wings. And dandelion's a very, very powerful essence for transformation. If you're trying to get into like good habits and you're trying to break negative thought forms, and you really want to do like shadow work, and you want to dissolve anger and jealousy and resentment and things that are just weighing you down, that are keeping you from evolving, dandelion is a really, really good flower essence to work with. It'll help you get real with yourself really quick, and you'll be safe the whole time, because you can take these at home and you can journal about them, and you can talk to a therapist, you can talk to someone in your friends, you can make videos like I do, whatever helps you self-actualize. But the dandelion is definitely here to help you, which I think is beautiful. Anywho, I hope that this video on flower essences is enlightening to somebody that wanted to learn more about flower essences, and I'm sure I'll make more videos about them. If you're interested in purchasing flower essences, I do make my own flower essences that I have for sale on Etsy, so I'll leave a link down below in the description box. And I'll also leave a couple links for the companies that I have bought flower essences from on Etsy. What's nice is so many practitioners live in different regions of the world, and so there's so many different flowers available to us if we give them a chance. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and take care and be well.